You're listening to What She Said on Canada Talks.
Hello there, everybody. I'm Christine Bentley with Sharon Caddy in studio, and we are delighted to welcome one of the 12 finalists in the 2015 Mompreneur Awards of Excellence. Now, the awards are going to be presented on the weekend of March 7th. And we, at What She Said, are going to be broadcasting live on March the 6th from the conference.
I love these things, yeah.
I
it's
love
so much
it.
fun.
And we are going to showcase the finalists like Jane Klugman from Shaidee Sun Gear from Kitchener, Ontario, who's here with us in studio. Welcome, Jane.
Well, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Mm-hmm. And congratulations, by the way, for making it through this weather. If you can make it through the weather, now I understand why you've been so successful.
Yeah. But you know what? A mom can do anything.
That's
You're right.
And an entrepreneur, a mom,
and an entrepreneur, oh my goodness,
can do
yes.
more than anything.
My goodness, you show me a storm we can't get through. That's right.
So, tell us about your product for people at home who don't know.
Sure. So it is gear that we've designed that protects babies from the sun. Mm-hmm. So essentially it's a visor that you would wear if you've got your baby in any kind of front carrier or sling, but it works with car seats and strollers, and that's just the first product. We call that Shaidee Sun Cover. We also have a Shaidee Bug, which is a full mesh netting, and it's enhanced sun protection as well as full insect protection.
Well, you know, a lot of people, I remember bringing my baby home, and you think, as a new mom, first time mom, you're like, oh yeah, sunscreen. No, you can't use sunscreen on a baby.
Oh, no. And, it's one of those things, you hear it and you think, yes, but you can't until they're 6 months, at least 6 months. My doc says 12 months.
And you still want to be out in the sun with your child.
Yeah.
So, this is, we were talking before we went on saying, where was this?
I know, it was sort of my aha, like, why didn't I think of that? Like, it was so sort of common sense.
Yeah.
Like, where was that?
And it's so easy and it's so lightweight. It weighs less than your smartphone. So for moms, it rolls up. It comes in its own carry bag. So it rolls up and it's handy, fits in a diaper bag. They can take it along with them.
So when was your aha moment? Like, there must have come a point when you went, okay, I'm doing this.
Okay, so it wasn't actually my idea. It was my business partner's idea, and she had the idea over 10 years ago when she had her second child. But she didn't know how to get it to market, so she came to me probably 6 years ago and said, can you help me? And at the time, I was sitting on boards, and I had a very full-time, more than full-time job, and I was traveling everywhere, and I said, I love this idea, but I can't help you at this point. So time goes on, and I decided to make some life changes and decisions, and she's actually my neighbor as well, so I walked up the street and I said, hey Nicole, do you want to take that idea off the shelf and see if we can make it go? She said, absolutely. Wow. So we started walking through fabric mills and clothing places and sewing areas and manufacturers, and we put the numbers on paper and we said, you know what, we think we can make this work.
So a lot of thought went into this because it's hard to jump from the a corporate stream
it was corporate
into okay, I'm on my own. I'm flying solo. Well, not solo, but we're both flying solo together.
Exactly. I'm working out of the basement right now. I miss going into the boardroom. I don't have to wear my fancy suits. Some days I miss that. Some days I don't. But it's totally different, and you're on your own. So whatever happens, you make it or you don't make it. Right. You make the calls, you don't make the calls. It's up to you at the end of the day.
So how's it going?
It's going well. We're starting to see a whole lot of traction, so I'm really excited about this year. January, February, March is always a big, big time for us because people are starting to think about spring, they're traveling. It's just stores are thinking about buying inventory, so it is a really, really good time for us.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So how much does it help to be part of a like-minded community like the Mompreneur group? I mean,
it's amazing. It's amazing. I've always been a huge advocate of peer-to-peer groups.
Yeah.
In one of my previous careers, I was at Communitech, and we started peer-to-peer groups. And when I was there, when I started them, there was 2, and when I left, there was 25. So for me, I see the value in that. I see the value of sharing experiences, sharing good, sharing bad, sharing ugly with others that are going through the exact same experiences. So this Mompreneur group has been amazing. And I have to admit, I'm a fairly new member at it because we're a fairly new company. But at the same time, I just love the advice and the experience. And all the other mums are so willing to give, like, give of their time, give of their ideas. It's an amazing community.
So can you think of some advice that you got or some prodding in a certain direction that you might have taken you a year or two to figure out if you hadn't had that group?
Everything from, Facebook campaigns to, whatever social media is out there, and how to get more likes and how to really engage with the clientele. But I think it's just more than that. I think as an entrepreneur, you tend to get buried in the day-to-day because it's just, there's so many things to do when running a business. It's, who do I pay attention to today? Is it my banker? Is it my manufacturer?
Oh, yeah.
Is it, making my calls to make sure I get into enough stores? And I think having that group, just keeping you focused and saying, have you made the calls? Have you tried this? This really works for me. So stop spinning your wheels over here and come over here and try this.
You really kind of lift each other up and guide through time management, because really this is not like old world business where we'll send it to this department and that. You are all the departments.
Exactly.
You are every department.
Yeah. And that I do miss that about corporate. So
Yeah.
Do you find the challenge of balancing work life? You say you're working out of the basement, so it's hard to say, "Oh, it's 5 o'clock. I'm done." You're never done.
You're never done, and I think that's owning a business. That's what it is. You're never ever done, and you're always thinking about it. And I can't tell you how many nights I've woken up in the middle of the night thinking,
yes,
I've got to do this, or, I've got to pay these bills, or,
I forgot to call.
Exactly. Oh, that deadline's passed. But yeah, it's a constant, and you wear all the hats, and it never goes away. And I'm very grateful. My husband is very much a huge supporter, and he likes to work as well. So we're pretty lucky.
When you're working on a product such as what you've developed, at what point do you start thinking about, do we grow the line, do we diversify, or how long do you concentrate on what you've got before you start to grow?
I don't know what the right answer to that is, but we started working on products right from day one. So we had a board up in the basement, and it was an idea board, and every week we tried to put up 5 to 10 new ideas. Wacky, crazy, and we said, you know what, maybe the really good ones will fit with the really bad ones, or maybe we can mesh them, but we have always had an idea board, and right now we're prototyping 8 new products.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not sure if all 8 will come to fruition, and some new versions of Shaidee as well, which I'm really excited about.
Your clients give you ideas and tips that might lead to something?
Oh, I get ideas all the time from people. It's like, oh, well, we were using our Shaidee out in the rain, and it's great with the rain, but you know what? You could try this or this with it.
Yes.
Our customers have been amazing as far as giving us ideas.
Now, with these awards that are coming up, 10 of the finalists were nominated and voted on by their peers, but you were one of 2 that were especially selected by the judges. There are 2 that are picked out that are extra special because they felt that you warranted an award. How did that make you feel?
I was overwhelmed. I was, when I saw the top 10 finalists come out, and I thought, I knew the number 1. Julie has been a big mentor for me as well in Dress to Deliver. And I thought, good for them. Maybe next year we'll get our Facebook likes up, and, our social network will get us into that. And then when I found out that we were awarded the wild card draw and put in, I thought, this really does say that our business is on the right track and it's doing the right things, because as an entrepreneur, too, you have lots of doubts. Every day there's something that comes at you and you think, am I doing the right thing? Is this going forward fast enough? Am I working hard enough? And when something like this comes in, it's like, nice.
And you must also see businesses that fail, because a lot of them do.
Oh.
And so the doubt, the self-doubt is warranted in some cases.
Yeah, and it's retail. So I make between 20 and 50 calls, depending on the day, every day, to retail stores throughout North America. And I have to tell you that 1 in 3 stores is closing its door regularly. So retail is not a happy place to be for a lot of the smaller boutique retail. Some of them are amazing at it. We've got a number in Toronto that are just awesome at what they do. But there's a lot that just can't keep the doors open. So I look at that too and I say, wow, how do we grow this market when it looks like the market is shrinking? And yet there's big boys.
But there's
in
always
there.
demand for products, so it's just a matter of where people will be going to access those products.
Exactly. Is it online? Is it the big box? Is it, where do they go? And you're right. It's a market that is reborn every single year.
Well, and people are just more savvy now and know how to look for things and know how to search out what it is they need.
Right.
So yeah, online is key, and you've got a beautiful website, I've got to say.
Thank you.
So what are you most looking forward to for this conference?
The agenda itself is fabulous. There's a lot of leadership courses. There's a lot of different workshops that I am really, really looking forward to. I think that just meeting all of the other women from across Canada is going to be so beneficial. We get to put up a table, so I get to show off Shaidee. I love that. And I'm looking forward to the awards as well. I want to see who's going to walk away with this Mompreneur Award of Excellence.
Well, Sharon and I will walk past your table.
We certainly will. And I'll tell you, in the meantime, if you would like to check out Jane's products, Shaidee.com. That's Shaidee.com. And Christine will be at those awards coming up.
March 6th, Friday, March the 6th. And we will be broadcasting live from the conference, talking to a whole bunch of great mompreneurs.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Jane. It's been a pleasure having you here. We'll see you coming up in March.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Click the channel subscribe button for full-length interviews and more from What She Said here on YouTube.